This question has been asked many times before. What is the deepest mode for the dais? Well, that kind of largely depends on your desired target. There's two exceptionally deep modes in the XP dais, and that's the all metal mode and the Goldfield mode. Now, digging deep for a target isn't without its problems. First of all, you need to make sure you can legally go deep in your country. You don't want to be upsetting the authorities or archaeologists by going deep in the ground. So always make sure this is permitted before you start searching for a deep target. Now, this is part one of a two-part video. And this is how to set your dais up using the Goldfield mode to go deep on bigger targets. It's really simple, but it takes a little bit of practice and patience. So let's get this specialist Goldfield program set up. You probably noticed here I'm using the 11-inch X35 coil. I chose the 11-inch coil because it's in the middle of the range. I do a 13-inch and a 9-inch, so I thought 11-inch would be a good middle choice. Let's get going. First of all, turn the machine on and select program number 10, the Goldfield mode. The first thing we see is the sensitivity. I'm going to leave that at the moment at 95. Frequency, it's showing 17.2. I want to go right down to the bottom, 4 kilohertz. 4 kilohertz is going to nip away at your battery a little bit faster than the higher frequencies, but I find it deals with bigger targets better and it works better on wet ground. Great. Reactivity, that's at 2. I'm going to leave that, but I may go lower if the field conditions will allow it. Disc IAR. Now, disc IAR is basically ion rejection. Now, if you're searching for ferrous or non-ferrous targets, I'd suggest you run the disc AR at 0, and this is an all-metal platform. It gives no ion rejection at all. But as you raise the disc IAR up from 1 to 5, it will start introducing some mild ion rejection. 5's the maximum, and it rejects quite a lot of iron, but the big, deep ferrous targets will still come through as a good signal. And that's the beauty of this program, because some of the deep iron is exactly what you're looking for. Let's go to 5 on the disc AIR. Let's go down one to threshold. Now, the threshold is a humming in the background. It's like a carrier. Some people like a threshold, some people don't. Personally, I do. I just like the slight humming in the background. Obviously, on camera with no headphones, my threshold setting's gonna be a lot higher than what I'd use if using headphones. So as we come up, you'll slowly hear the threshold coming in. Hear it? That's your threshold. Audio response, I'm gonna leave that at 2. And that's it. That's our specialist program for hunting for deep targets. Ground balancing. It's imperative that you get an exact ground balance when using the Goldfield mode. And this is really easy using the fast grab method, which is your pinpoint button. So as you lower the coil to the ground, you'll either get a positive sound or a negative sound. I'm not getting too much here because my ground's not mineralised at all, but your ground may be. So listen out for that carrier as the coil approaches the ground. Now, as the coil approaches the ground, just simply press the pinpoint button once as it approaches. That's it, your ground balance, and the 2 numbers on the screen will correspond. So that's it, your dais is now ready to go and search for deep targets. But there's one thing, and this is the real key to searching for deep targets. I don't know the exact science behind it, all I know is it works. Search with your coil at least 20 centimetres off the ground. That's right, 20 centimetres. Now, by searching with your coil off of the ground 20 centimetres, you're going to be ignoring the surface iron. And believe it or not, the surface iron will affect the halo of the deep target. So by actually raising your coil, you're going to gain more depth on the bigger targets. Crazy, I know, but it's true. Setting your coil at 20 centimetres is really easy. 20 centimetres is about 9 inches, and we all know what 9 inches is, don't we? Of course, it's the 9-inch coil, so that'll give you a rough idea of how high to search. I'm lucky on this field because the stubble is about 20 centimetres high. Now, in order to make life easier and you don't have to keep tracking height, a little tip here is to set your stem length a little bit shorter than what you would do normally. Here, my detect length is set to just above the stubble, and it makes it comfortable to search. When searching for these big deep targets, we can't really cherry pick between ferrous and non-ferrous. We've just got to listen out for size and audio intensity. So if you're looking for a non-ferrous target, be prepared to dig quite a few ferrous targets. In this field out here, we've probably got lots and lots of targets what aren't suitable. We're listening for that long, wide, soft sound to indicate it's something deep. Just to demonstrate how deep this mode goes, let's try it on a couple of targets. Here we go. Here's the spade laid flat on the ground. Everything's set up. Too loud. Too loud. That's what we're listening for. So something as small as my spade in air is about a metre down. Now, if you're searching for deep targets, it might be a good idea to get a colleague to carry the spade for you, because it's going so deep, it's probably going to pick up your spade as you're walking along. And also, having a friend with you will certainly help digging out deep targets, because it's a tough job on your own. How deep will it detect the back door of my car? Now, that's going to be an interesting one. Here we go. Everything as normal. Still going. That back door was easily 3 metres. I'm not suggesting you go out there and detect for a car. Well, you never know, to be fair with you. But that just shows how deep this Deus can go in that Goldfield mode. So why not join me in part 2, where we go out in a field, not necessarily this one, and look for some deep targets. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.